Most people think overthinking is just a bad habit, but that is only the surface, because what looks like too much thinking is often your brain trying to protect you from something it does not fully trust. And that is why some people can let things go in minutes, while others replay one conversation for 3 days and still feel like they missed something important. The hidden psychology of overthinking is not really about having a mind that works too much. It's about having a mind that stays alert for danger, uncertainty, rejection, or regret. Because psychology says people overanalyze most when something feels emotionally unfinished, and that is why this behavior becomes less annoying and much more revealing. From the outside, overthinkers often seem indecisive, dramatic, or mentally cluttered, but research shows the deeper pattern is usually threat detection because your brain is constantly trying to predict what might go wrong before it actually does. And that is why one unread message or one awkward pause can become a full mental spiral for someone who is highly sensitive to social signals, because what other people dismiss as small, their nervous system reads as important. And if that sounds familiar, it's not because you are broken. It may simply mean your mind learned to survive by paying extra attention. Psychology says rumination is one of the main engines behind overthinking, and rumination simply means repetitive thought that circles around unresolved emotion instead of moving forward. So when you replay a conversation in your head at night, or keep wondering if you said the wrong thing, your mind is not being random. It's trying to find closure. And research shows this often gets worse when people feel anxious, ashamed, or uncertain, because the brain believes one more thought might finally create relief, even though that relief rarely comes from thinking harder. Another piece of this is pattern recognition, which can feel like a gift and a burden at the same time, because some people naturally notice tone changes, facial expressions, pauses, and subtle behavior shifts much faster than others, and your brain starts connecting dots everywhere, which can make you seem insightful in one moment and exhausted in the next. Because when you see hidden meaning in small details, it becomes much harder to rest. And this is why overthinkers often catch things others miss, but also suffer more from possibilities that never even happen. Attachment psychology also helps explain a lot here, because people who have experienced inconsistency, mixed signals, criticism, or emotional unpredictability often become mentally vigilant in relationships, and your brain begins to monitor connection instead of simply feeling it. So a delayed reply can feel heavier than it should, and silence can start to feel like danger even when nothing is wrong. And if you have ever found yourself asking, "Are they upset with me?" when there was no proof, that's not weakness. It may be an adaptation your mind learned to avoid emotional pain before it arrives. What makes this even more intense is the role of the default mode network, which is the system in your brain that becomes active when you are alone, reflecting, daydreaming, or mentally reviewing your life. And research shows that when stress is high, this inner thinking system can become overactive, which is why overthinking often gets louder at night when the world is quiet and your thoughts finally have room to speak. Because without distraction, your mind starts trying to solve every unfinished feeling at once, and that can make simple moments feel far heavier than they really are. So overthinking is not just thinking too much, it's often emotional protection, mental rehearsal, social sensitivity, and nervous system alertness, all working together. And yes, it can be exhausting, but psychology says it usually comes from a mind that is trying very hard to keep you safe and understood and in control inside a world that rarely feels fully predictable. If this made you see yourself or someone else differently, then stay with this channel, because we go deeper into the hidden psychology behind human behavior, quiet minds, emotional patterns, and the traits most people misunderstand every single day.